Your call has been forwarded to an automated...
Oh. Hello, hello. Hello? Hello? Oh, these cell phones.
Your call has been forwarded...
Oh, that's disappointing. These cell phones, I tell you. They never really work when you want it to. Oh, come on. Ah, I'll just go in. Hey, Ethan. I was wanting to talk to you today about the Bledsoe Phone Cooperative. Do you have time for me? Okay, great. Thanks. That's great.
Hey, Darryl.
Wow, that was quick.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing great.
Hey, I was wanting to know if you had time to talk to me today about the what you're doing here at Bledsoe Phone Cooperative.
I'd like to talk to you about all of it. I hear you build a new shop, interested in some broadband and video surveillance out there?
Yes, sir. We sure are. We're really excited about the security that you're going to bring to our new shop.
Well, let's
go take a look at it.
All right.
Hey, Ethan, how you doing? I was wanting to find out a little bit. We're building a brand new shop and a warehouse, and for our little small family company. And I want some surveillance, and I'm wanting some fiber optics.
Fiber optics. Well, it's funny. I mean, you asked specifically for fiber optics, but you're wanting some internet, and you've got some serious needs for your internet.
We do, yes, sir.
Right, so
we use it a lot.
We're talking broadband anymore, but I'm not sure if fiber's there. I'll have to get your address, and then I'll have to figure out what kind of broadband speed and take that through engineering to see, and then they'll decide whether or not if there is a fiber drop there, or if we can support your needs on what's already there, internet-wise.
Right.
Then we'll just wait till that whole community gets built to actually get you on fiber. But I'll hook you up with the proper ones, and you know, we'll take your order and all that for whatever internet. And then the video surveillance, you're wanting to put cameras in your shop so you can see what's going on
all the time. Yes, sir.
Record it and see.
Yes, sir.
All right, we can hook you up with that as well.
On this fiber optics, we've been using fiber optics for over 20 years in the swim pool business, and it's pretty amazing how much light, and actually always to a star show, to fireworks, you know, and now that we have the new LED, it's amazing what we're doing in swim pools. So that's the reason I knew a little bit about this fiber optics, and I knew you guys have got your grant and knew that you're doing a lot of testing.
Not a grant. We borrowed that money.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we borrowed about $8 million.
Wow. Okay.
But
you got to have good credit to do that, don't you?
Yeah. Took about a year and a half to get that to go through, but that's through the USDA.
Right.
And the reason USDA is heavily involved in keeping rural communities just like we are connected. And so that's the way these co-ops have worked since the 50s.
Well, I'm really interested in it.
Telephone, internet.
This is your paperwork on all this?
Yeah, that's got everything we offer. Now, you said you got a small family business. Key system phones, does that make any sense what I'm talking about?
Tell me about it.
Well, multiple phones.
Right, yes, sir.
Where you can dial from one extension to the other.
Right,
You know, business voicemail and all that, so we can hook you up with that. Do y'all got a website?
We do have a website, but we're wanting to build a better one.
Oh, well, we can help you with that. Plenty of email accounts, I guess you need.
We do a lot of emailing back and forth to clients, back and forth all across the Southeast.
And then with that broadband speed, I guess, do y'all upload stuff? You've been making
some
videos?
Making videos. We do a lot of YouTube and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, well, I'd say, we need to set you up with one of these more serious, I would call them, broadband packages.
Right.
Well, that's neat that y'all been in that fiber optic. I'd be interested in seeing how y'all are using it.
It's pretty amazing. I could show you some video that we've done with it that's just out of this world. It's the lighting that comes through there and the quality of light is just amazing. And of course, we're using it for light. You guys are using it for sound, voice, audio.
It still uses the light. That's the way that this technology uses it. It's lasers shoot through there and run binary code, and then the equipment on each end is what
puts it back together.
And that's what why we're so excited about building a plant fiber optic is because then the limits is on the equipment that's on each end, which you then can replace, and the technology. So they don't feel like they have reached the limitations of lasers and traveling at the speed of light.
So y'all I've noticed y'all been putting this cable in for over a year now, right?
But yeah, but we've been in. You said for how long y'all been using it?
Oh, well, we've been using it for 20 years.
They connected Pikeville and Dunlap, I think in '86.
Wow, okay.
With fiber optics, and then started connecting the other. We got brick buildings all around our service area.
I know you got one brand new one from the last few years up on the mountain.
But we got 146, I believe it is, those cabinet offices in place throughout our network, and they're all fiber connected. So we've been in fiber for years ourselves. This last phase where we've borrowed this $8 million is to, and there'll be more. We'll borrow more money because we're going to do the entire service area. But that $8 million is to put everyone, and they're going to start in the city of Dunlap on their own individual fiber connection, every home. And that's what I'm talking about. If you sign up for one of these larger packages and it's available right in where your address is, we'll put your home or your business on its own individual fiber connection all the way back to our router.
Wow, that's very interesting. Tell me a little bit about this, I guess we would call it security system, but it's
video surveillance.
Video
we're
surveillance.
not in the security business at all.
Right.
But what we're offering, and because it uses the broadband, so just kind of helps the customer, the member. We feel like if we're the one managing it, because it's going to hit our network anyway. So, but video surveillance cameras. We'll come out and install them for you, and then you download an app on your phone. It has a DVR that'll stay right there in the residence.
And so I would get a message if anybody breaks that beam or whatever?
You can set it up for that. I'm a little leery of getting messages because of cobwebs and cats and this and that. I don't want my phone dinging.
Every time a deer walks by.
I heard somebody say the other day that they went on vacation and their husband stayed more entertained by watching what was going on at his house. And he wasn't a bit worried about it, but it was giving them alerts that he was entertained by watching the cats and everything else.
But that's a good thing. I mean, I'd rather it be understand that it's a cat walking by rather than somebody with a big pipe wrench or something fixing to, break into our new shop.
Yeah,
or
that's
very important.
And that's what we've run into. People put this in because maybe something has happened or they have a concern, but they keep it because they get used to looking at what's going on. So you take your smartphone and look at that app, and that uploads all those images from your home. So
you can do multiple cameras?
The system we got that you'll have information here on supports 8.
8 cameras up.
Cameras.
Oh, wow.
It's I think economical. Like I say, we'll come out and do the install, and you just pay a monthly service after that, and we'll maintain everything. And we'll
just like our regular telephone that we use every single day.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
We'll maintenance it for you. If you have any trouble, we'll be right here, a phone call away. And if we can't get it going, we'll send a truck.
Well, can you tell me a little bit about the new their cables channels and our cable packages and things of that sort?
Well, there's
a lot to it.
Yeah,
I know.
That's a tricky
I've been looking at it here.
It goes up every year. All those prices go up, and we're just right there with
because of the networks, not because of you guys.
Yeah, what they charge us to rebroadcast it, and we don't make anything on the video part, but it's more the service that we offer, and it goes up yearly. The fees that we have to pay, but we got 150 channels. Over 150 channels. We got all the movie channels. We got Channel 18. Nobody else has Channel 18.
Thank you for my show on Channel 18. It's really been a blessing.
The best of our valley. And that's where people say, "Well, I got 150 channels and nothing's on." Well, help us make a show. Let's entertain ourselves.
That's right.
And we go to one of the smaller packages. It's more economical if you need to, or you can get it all. And you can get it all in HD. We're here for the members.
And that HD is awesome, isn't it? That is just amazing.
Yeah, boy.
That's a new thing that's very so amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time, and we'll get you to come up to the new shop, and I'm excited about it. And we've got it built now, and now we're ready to move forward on getting all this stuff ready.
All right. Well, we'll get engineering out there to check you out and see what we can put in.
Let's do it. Thank you. This is Daryl Gibbs. I'm here with Ethan Lloyd at Bledsoe Phone Cooperative. Ethan, can you tell me a little bit about what's the difference between the old regular telephone lines that we've had for many years and the new fiber optics?
Well, yeah. Everybody's talking about fiber. We're using the word broadband a lot because if you read in the paper, you know what the president's talking about, broadband in rural areas, and the governor's initiative, broadband in rural areas. So we've started trying to follow with that the consistent term. That's kind of where the industry's going. And they're trying to define broadband. And that's all about download speeds and upload speeds. That's where those definitions. So if you can meet, right now, they're saying it's 10 megabit down and 1 megabit up of a internet speed. That's what we're talking about, broadband. Then you're considered served for broadband. Now, they went ahead and moved the definition to 25 meg down and 3 megabit up, but then they didn't enforce that. So there's now the new definition of broadband. So that's the reason we're kind of staying with that term, is because with the technology we're currently using, we can still serve broadband in most areas, but it's pretty much maxed out at that, especially the 25.3.
Right.
So we're building this fiber optic line. Now the old phone lines, have you ever looked in one?
I have. I've actually cut a few of them in two with the Bobcat and backhoe before.
You're one of those. 811, call before you dig.
I do, and they told me the wrong thing.
You got 72 hours. Hey, if we marked it wrong, well, we know.
It wasn't y'all, it was Sevier County, so.
Okay, well, yeah, 811, call before you dig. But yeah,
absolutely.
The old copper lines was two twisted pairs together, and basically run electric pulses, 52 volts.
That's what made your phone ring, and when you picked it up?
Something volts, ringing voltage, yeah. And then you pick it up, and then and it was a DC battery. All these phone offices had a bunch of batteries in them.
Right.
And then they learned how to take that technology and put a modem in and use a different frequency and work on the internet. And that's kind of how the internet worked. But now they've took this fiber optic cable, which is literally a glass fibers,
right,
and they shine lights over it, lasers, in binary code, and they can make that communicate so much faster. And so it's way the limits of it, but that's a single fiber to each home. Now what we're trying to do, there's all kinds of different designs of that even.
Yes, sir.
You can run that to a splitter, and then everybody in the community gets to share so much, and depending on whether that's maxed out or designed properly, that can still work. But the system we're putting in everybody gets a dedicated fiber from your house or your business all the way back in to our office.
So there's no breaking, no cutting up or
it still hits a piece of equipment
sporadic
here and there, but it's dedicated. You're not limited by, they'll call that bottlenecking, and we're still going to see that in the industry because certain activities on the internet are more popular at certain times of day, but the bottleneck may not be here. But it should never be because all your neighbors are home in your community. You know, the way we're trying to design this, if you've signed up for the gig and your neighbor signs up for the gig, well, y'all are not sharing that gig to see if, he's on it right now or I'm not,
So what on layman's terms, what that means is that I'm not going to have any interruptions, say with weather and things of that sort, or things of that sort. It's going to be, I'm sitting there watching my ball game or my basketball game or my movie that I want to watch on Saturday afternoons, and it's going to be clean. It's not going to be messed up and blurry and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Sometimes
Should be able to download that seamlessly, regardless of what's going on around you. And like I say, unless there's a bottleneck somewhere else in a network. But that's what we're trying to design. We've got all the routers and stuff, figured out and in place here to handle that kind of traffic for our whole membership.
Right.
And then the other advantage of it is the upload speed. Everybody wants to do everything in real time anymore. So
right, yes, sir. Yeah.
If we wanted to shoot this up for everybody to watch it right now while we're making this video, well, you need that upload speed.
Right.
And so that's something else the fiber optic brings. When I was talking about those speeds, 25 meg down and 3 up, that was kind of how the technology worked. It wasn't asymmetrical, so that you got just as much download. So we're,
But we have more speed now with this than rather than the oldest regular old phone lines, considerably amount.
Like I say,
and I do a lot of Facebook Live and things of that sort. So with the new Wi-Fi that goes with it, I'll be able to do that, and it won't, be slowed down and all that kind of stuff like it does with over the phone lines.
Yeah, and you said Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is actually just provided, that's your router. No matter what you put in front of it, the Wi-Fi is kind of that last step of the internet. But everything we're talking about is basically internet, whether we use the term broadband or we're talking fiber or DSL, Wi-Fi.
But it's faster. That's what the point is.
And
that's what I like.
Fiber optic network that we've chose to go with, as far as we can see, is the best design industry-wide. You know,
So did you guys have to do some schooling and do all kinds of research and all this kind of stuff to really get the grasp on all this?
Okay, when you say you guys and schooling, we have a lot of highly educated people here on staff, and
Yeah, you do.
and me.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a whole lot of schooling went on. We're doing in-house engineering to keep costs low. We've got
That's great.
Matt Boynton.
That's good.
He has a PhD, and he has been approved to do our engineering right here in-house, and that's going great. And
If
like
you
I
ever
say, that's
paid for an
gonna save a
engineer,
lot
you
of-
know that's not something right there. Just it's a pretty
Oh,
important
yeah,
thing. It's the
that's-
most important part
It's
in
a
our
huge-
business. I know
huge
that's for
cost
sure.
savings to the community.
Right.
I don't want to blow his head up too much, but yeah, he's quite valuable around here.
That's great.
And then,
But you have qualified staff. That's what
every
that's what the
department
most
head
important
is educated
message.
in their field and dedicated to what they're doing.
That's great. So what's some of the other new things that you guys got going on here at Bledsoe Phone Cooperative?
Channel 18, just trying to do a lot bigger job of letting everybody know what's going on and let them know we're here for the community. You know, so what better way to do that other than a local TV station? You got something you want to put on TV?
Right.
Right here, we've got it going on. And trying to, you know, be out at the events, make sure all the organizations know that we're here for you. You need Wi-Fi at an event, you need surveillance cameras installed around a community building or whatever, holler at us.
We're actually going to talk about that here in a little bit. We've got a new shop that we've got going together, and I'm really excited about talking to you about, you know, what's going on, you know, for us as a community, being a small family business. But what's some of the other things that's going on here at the phone company that people might not really know about?
Well, we got all kinds of stuff. Need to go to our website and see what all's there to offer. We're web hosting.
That was the one I was really after, the web hosting. Yeah,
You want to build a website as well? Hey, that's great. We'll hook you up.
that's right. Okay. Thank you, Ethan, for your time. This is Daryl Gibbs here at Bledsoe Phone Cooperative, and thank you so much for your time today. And we've learned a lot about our new system that they have here. So y'all stay tuned. Hey, how y'all doing? Guess who I'm here with? Look at this. I'm here at WUAT, and I want to do a little interview with Albert and Billy. It's Reverend Daryl Gibbs with Channel 18 Valley, and hometown's in sight, right? Okay. Hey, fellas, how did y'all ever get started with this?
Well, it's a funny story. Joyce Bounds, the former owner here, she passed away in 2016. She said, we need to get your grandpa up here to do an interview. And so you come up here for an interview. I said, Papa, I need you to come up here for an interview. And you said, okay. And it did so well. He ended up co-hosting with me after that, like on a radio show. I think it was just like a one-time thing, supposed to be.
You called me and asked me.
That's the story I got.
Yeah, I did call, but at Joyce's wishes, though.
I did not know that was in the background. I thought I did this just for my grandson.
Well, I appreciate it.
Only a pawpaw would do that.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And it just took off, like a lot.
And it
of
really
people
has
listen.
took off, hasn't it?
Yeah,
It's
it has a lot.
you guys have got a lot of views on YouTube.
Yeah,
You know what YouTube is?
he does now.
He does. The reason I ask is I was watching some of your older videos and he didn't know what YouTube was,
Well,
and that's okay. I didn't either.
Good clue is I can't spell computer. Does that tell you?
There you go. So how do you get your information?
Now, what-
He researches and reads everything. Everything.
Newspapers.
Yes. Yes.
well, I like to read. I read in the last year. I've read Treasure Island,
That's neat.
Johnny Appleseed,
Yeah.
A Christmas Carol. I just like to read.
Have you always loved information and trivia type stuff for yourself?
No,
No?
it had not been forbidden. And listen, now how long have we been doing this for the radio?
Oh.
Since 2016, or no?
I think
guess-
I was-
No, 2015.
Yeah,
I was
started
thinking I was
doing
seeing
that.
300 episodes, Miss Allie.
Oh, no.
Oh, I thought y'all
for
had-
the radio. I don't know how many episodes, but
Right.
we just got done filming our 70th episode for the TV show.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are so funny. I really enjoy listening to you guys and watching you guys. It's so, it's hilarious. You guys are so funny together.
But there was never any intent to create
A comedy.
for us to be received as being comedians.
No,
Well, you know what?
No.
I was
being real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been going around and talking to different people here in town and stuff.
Yeah.
And I walked in over to the museum a little bit ago, and that lady had her head pressed up against the radio. She said, "I can't talk to you right now. I'm listening to the Albert and Billy show." But she did. She stopped and was showing me around about an interview that we're going to do about over. A lot of people don't know that we have a beautiful, yes.
The Ross, yes, she is a huge fan.
She loves you guys.
Yes.
Everybody does. Everybody just knows you and loves you. And
Seems like we have more response from the Dunlap area than we do here, but I guess people here take us for granted more.
right.
Well,
Hometown does that, don't it?
They do, but we feel the love here too. We can't go nowhere without getting stopped.
The kids
and
at school.
somebody bragging on the show, so it's both places.
I'm a substitute teacher.
Mm-hmm.
The kids at school are fascinated by my gold teeth.
Mm-hmm.
They want to. Every time they say, "Let me see those gold teeth."
I'm having some dental work done right now, so maybe I ought to get me a gold tooth.
You're getting attention.
Get some attention.
But really,
Yeah, people here know us better. That's very
Yeah.
true.
the first time that Biddy called me and asked me to come up here and sit and talk to him,
Right.
I said, "Well, Billy, I wouldn't know what to talk about," and I didn't.
Right.
I said my words were, "We'll just wing it."
What is swing? That's kind of where I'm at too. I just swing it out.
And that's what we did.
So I just came up here.
Yeah.
Just like today, huh? She said.
I say that a lot, and we do. We just.
You know, and that's where the
just wing
best
it.
stuff comes from. You know,
I
that's
agree.
really
I agree with that
it's
completely.
new
Well,
stuff
But it didn't take me long to figure out I needed some kind of format.
in
Yeah.
content.
Yeah. of
I
course.
needed
Yeah.
something to fall back on.
Mhm.
So because two people sit here and talk, after a while, I'm exhausted about what I know.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
So what I do, I try to come up with some items that I think will be of interest to the people out here.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
not trying to make Billy look bad or look good or whatever. Billy
He's
and I are
talking
just
about
talking.
Trivia.
But
Trivia.
I bring up things that
Yeah.
come to me.
Hmm.
I don't
Things that
really-
make you go, hmm.
I don't.
Sure.
I don't sit down and pick up an encyclopedia and go through there and see what I can come up with to stump people.
Right.
My ideas and my thoughts come to me at odd times, and so I jot them down when it happens. Then I have something to go to whenever I sit down to plan a program.
And that's definitely the school teacher in you. You
Well,
know,
I'm not a
it's-
school
Apparently.
teacher.
Well, you're a substitute teacher, yeah. You
I've
have
only been
to.
doing that this year.
Yeah. What grades do you? What
see,
grades
he
do you
loves
substitute?
it.
Anything.
Any? All of them?
I
Right.
do the vocational school, high school.
He never tells them no.
Just whatever.
That's great. I bet you that's a real pleasure for you too to get in there with some young folks, and
Oh yeah, and a lot of those kids.
you learn a lot from
love
young
it.
folks
I
here,
love
as much
a
as you
lot.
do from older folks a lot of
And
times.
you know what I tell them? I asked a kid today. I said, "Do you know your multiplication tables?"
I don't know mine.
She said,
No.
"Yes." I said, "Well, now when did you learn?" Because I had the fifth
that's
grade
true.
today. She
Yeah.
said, "In the third grade."
That's right.
When I
Yeah,
went
I
to
remember
school,
that.
we had to have them in hand, in mind, in heart, in the sixth grade.
Right.
So can you see how
That's very
much
true.
difference there is in the learning scale, the learning curve?
They're learning faster and
Faster.
And the mind is the same.
right.
It's just that they are more aware of those people in positions to impose it on you as
Yeah.
a student. They know what you are capable of.
Right.
Whereas we were not we were not aware of it back then.
Yeah, not to throw the learning curve at you, but do you think that people are not learning as much about their history, and especially American history nowadays? That's
They're not.
that's a little bit.
One
Yeah.
of the biggest problems we have today, and before I became a substitute teacher, I was the lunchroom monitor for 7 years
Mhm.
at the high school.
Yeah.
The largest problem we have, and I talked about it last week on our show, is that children spend their time with their face in a screen.
That's true.
Buried in phones.
38 hours a
Or a
week.
tablet like mine.
Yeah, 38 hours
Yeah.
a week is the average. And technology says, I want more of your time. So they're going to keep on introducing more and more things to consume that child's time. And it is a big contributor towards suicide among young people.
I say, yeah.
Well,
Because
that's
of the
true.
addiction and the lack of social activity that they are depriving themselves of.
Right. Yeah. Well, I have a real passion for young folks in the ministry, and so that's one of my things that I've learned to do was talk about bullying and how to cool these things off quickly.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of a neat thing. So it's kind of the same
The
thing.
halls are filled full of anti-bullying signs
Yeah.
in school.
Doesn't do any good unless you know how to use it.
So
you
they
know.
are aware of it, but that sign doesn't make you want to do it or not do it.
Right.
So Billy, how do you think that you when you first started doing radio and stuff, how did you really get into it? And
Well, I was always told that I had a good radio voice.
you do, yeah, you do.
Well, thank you.
That's a
I'm
gimme.
not bragging. That this is true. And no, but I was told that. I'm not saying it's true, but I was told that. But the former owner, as I said, Miss Joyce Bounds, approached me one day on the sidewalk. I was walking down the street, and she said, "You need to do radio. You need to be a DJ. You were born for this."
Right.
She said, and I thought about it, and I got with her immediately after. And I said, you know what, I'm going to give it a chance. I'm going to go for it. And here we are.
Yeah.
Today,
Was you nervous about it, or did you?
No.
Do you know a lot of people that have that voice sometimes, like in myself, have had speech problems or speaking
Right.
clearly or problems like that, and a lot of times folks like
Get
you
nervous.
you get nervous. And was you real nervous about it? And
No. Honestly,
just
no.
natural?
Yeah, it must be, because
Yeah.
I never once was nervous about
I've
it.
never
That's
been
great.
nervous.
Yeah, I'm not nervous either. Too much.
Now, when we started the TV show, I might have been nervous the first episode. As Allie's on there smiling.
Miss Allie comes in and says, "Don't be nervous. Everything's fine." That's what she does. A lot of the guys that I interview.
Once we got used
Guys
to
and
the
ladies.
camera, though, now it's like it's not even there. You
All right, so y'all ready for some trivia?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Probably not.
Probably. All right. Well, where did Paw Paw come from?
Yeah.
Not where you were born, but where did the word come?
I have some grandchildren that call me Papa,
Uh-huh.
but Papa is just one that somebody tagged me with, and
Right.
I guess it
so
was me.
Billy was the first.
So it must have been me.
You must be the oldest
He's
of the
oldest.
grandson.
So I'm sure that maybe Vicky, my oldest daughter, maybe that's what she said.
So, have you ever heard of a Paw Paw tree?
Oh yeah.
Have you ever had Paw Paws?
No, I've never
Oh
eaten.
my goodness. Whew. There's only a little certain amount of time in the year that Paw Paws are any good. And they're just like a banana. It's like a wild banana that grows here in these mountains. And they're really good. It's like 1 week. Too early, they're yucky like a persimmon, and too late, they're rotten.
Well, I remember persimmon.
Yeah.
And rotten persimmons are pretty bad too. I seen a coon drunk on them one time. So why do they call shrimp jumbo?
Some of those shrimp are jumbo in size compared to.
I guess because they're big.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Jumbo shrimp, that kind of doesn't make sense.
No,
does
it
it?
doesn't. It really
What about a hot water heater? Is the water already hot? We don't need to heat it, right?
That's a good
Now that water's cold.
That water's cold. It is when it comes out of that well, isn't it?
Yes.
But you guys are a lot of fun. I love talking to you guys, and I want to do some more with you guys. So maybe we can come back and do some more with you. And Miss Allie was already talking about next week maybe coming in, and
We'll
So-
gladly do that.
Well, as long as your trivia questions are not complicated to the point that I can't understand
Well,
them.
I'm not a complicated person, so
I'll answer anything you
Talk
say.
about. Wow. Wow. I was going to say that.
some of his that he asked, I'm just like, ooh, I don't
They're
believe it.
hard,
They're
aren't
hard.
they?
Some of those ones before Christmas, though, I don't think
tough.
anybody got those.
I know they're tough. It's a miracle I get any of them right. And I make Allie, our producer, be my lifeline a lot
She
of times.
helps him a lot. Yes.
Yeah. See, I think she was up there writing something a minute ago.
She's always
Goes
doing
a lot.
that. She's always doing that.
Well, you guys are a
She's
lot
all
of
the
fun.
behind the scenes stuff, and she could easily
She does.
do a great blooper reel.
You're a lot of fun, and
Sure.
people love you guys. And
we do think
I'm a
everybody
real
needs
fan.
Support. Oh, thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate
sure.
it, and thanks for all the viewers and listeners, and we do get fan mail, and we appreciate all of it.
that's great.
There's a lot of recognition here.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever you go,
Mhm.
post office, grocery
Anywhere.
store, or restaurant.
Right.
We are.
Get stopped.
I think it's
all the
because
time.
of the television.
Right. I have to ask you one more thing before we go.
No problem.
What about this FM thing? You know, this little radio station is AM now,
Yes.
and I say little radio station, but it's actually a lot of people listen to it. Tell us a little bit about FM. What's going to happen? What's happening about it? And
Well, we are going FM, and that will be this year. And you'll hear WAT in, I believe, 10 counties. As
Wow.
far up as Harriman, and as far down as it'd be like Grundy County, and almost to the Alabama line.
right.
And
Oh my
so you'll hear
goodness.
it really good in
So you're fixing to
Chattanooga.
grow your fan base, aren't you?
Absolutely, yes.
Well, I'm really.
Looking forward to that, actually.
I am too. I
Do
really
we
am.
have to wear a tie?
No.
No.
I'm not wearing a tie. You can if you want to.
Can't make me wear a tie.
That's exactly right.
All right. Well, thank you for your time today, and we've really enjoyed you guys, and y'all keep on watching, and be sure and watch here on listen on WAT AM 1110. And be sure and listen for my show on Sunday mornings here on WAT. I have a gospel show here at the radio station. And these guys, actually, Billy has really gave me an opportunity to do this.
Yeah.
And now with the Channel 18 Valley, we're doing a lot of neat things with these guys. And just be sure and keep hometown in sight. I'm Reverend Darrell Gibbs. We'll see you next time.